Now to move on, joining us is Paul, GoPro football director and of course sports agent. Join us in the studio. GoPro, let's talk about that straight away.
Yeah, so I mean, basically GoPro is a football exposure company. So we're here to bridge the gap between grassroots football and professional football.
Yeah.
Giving young up and coming youngsters the opportunity to make the transition from amateur to pro. Okay, we put on our one-day showcases and trials, and we also have our 5-day football academy in the summer where we invite managers and scouts to come and watch the players, and if they are interested in anyone, then they can go to the club for further trials. On our team we have professional players such as Jordan Slew, who take the role of coming and scouting the players. They sit on our panel when we're deciding to which players to put through. They also offer mentorship and guidance. Obviously Jordan's been through coming as a youngster to a professional, so obviously he has a lot of good things to offer these guys. Sorry, go ahead.
If I may ask you, Jordan, I mean, I've been to some of these tournaments before when players come in there and say they're the best players, whatever, and then you give them a pass and they just shank it all over the place. So what do you look for when you're scouting?
When you're watching the game, sometimes there's always one player that always stands out for you.
Yeah. The
one that's always it looks like he wants to play more. Yeah. And the one's obviously got a lot more talent. Yeah. And obviously you can't have the talent without the hard work. Yeah. So there's not many people want to do hard work on the football pitch. And that's what stands out for me.
Speaking about hard work on the pitch, Jordan, you scored this weekend in Ross County's win against Patrick Thistle in the Scottish Premier League, isn't it? How does he feel to
finish the season?
Yeah, obviously I was hoping to score a bit earlier than that, but
that's the goal there. Look at that.
Yeah, left foot. left foot. Good strike.
Yeah, so how does he feel? What is the expression that a player goes through when the emotions that run through you when you put the ball at the back of the net, especially when you win, the match as well?
Obviously, that game was obviously to try and finish top of the bottom six. Obviously, the week before was a lot of pressure, but obviously to score, it was fantastic. I didn't think it was my time.
Now, Paul, let's speak, because when I introduced you as the GoPro, football director of football. Yeah, sure, absolutely. Sure. But you're also a football agent.
Yeah, also a football agent. That's an extension of what GoPro does. So obviously we're bringing the young players through. When it gets to a point when they're about to turn pro, we will also assign a FA licensed agent or sports registered lawyer who will guide them and deal with the contract negotiations, dealing with lifestyle management, wealth management, and I also get involved on these side of things.
That's fantastic.
As a footballer, many people just see the end results. The thing is a very lucrative.
It's a walk in the park.
It's a walk in the park. But there's a lot of hard work that goes into it. Why don't you show us some of the hard work that you do?
Well, football's never easy, not just physically but mentally. It can be very hard, Sometimes you might not be playing because there's players playing ahead of you, and mentally it's hard because you're not doing what you love. Yeah. And that's something you have to deal with. You just have to keep working hard all the time in training, in matches. You just got 100% every time.
And it's a good thing you touched on that mental strength, because a lot of people look at players not playing.
Just before I'd have to hold you there, I just wanted, because you were talking about not playing and preparation, you have an open day quickly before we go to break. Tell us about the day, information about that, and where people can.
So our next one-day trial basically is on the 31st of May at the Queen's Park Rangers football training ground at Harlington. Then we've got our GoPro Football Academy in the summer again at the QPR training ground between the 28th of August and the 28th of July and the 1st of August.
And quickly, where can people get information?
You can get information online at www.goprofootball.co.uk.
GoProFootball.co.uk.
It's time for another break, and when we come back, we'll be talking to boxer Richard Comey about his upcoming lightweight Commonwealth title fight.
And we'll find out which player made it to our AFO EU Player of the Week charts. See you in a few.